Apple's new iPad will cost way too much money, as will Sony's PlayStation VR headset bundle, Twitter does something right, and more. It's Friday, March 18th, and this is Crunch Report, presented by Toyota. Word on the street is that Apple's next 9.7-inch iPad will start at $599 because $499 just wasn't expensive enough. For an extra $100, Apple's moving the entry-level storage from 16 gigabytes to 32 gigs. So for the 5 people who still use iPads, they'll probably appreciate having this extra space, especially on long flights. We're also hearing that Apple is thinking of this iPad as more of an iPad Pro mini rather than a next-generation iPad. That means faster processing, compatibility with the Apple Pencil, and probably a way to connect Apple's Smart Keyboard. Of course, we're not going to be able to confirm the price or name until Apple's big announcement on Monday. Speaking of tech things that are too expensive, Sony's PlayStation VR headset bundle is going to cost $500. The bundle includes the PlayStation camera for position tracking and the PlayStation Move controller for actually playing games. Oh, and the bundle does not include the console, which costs $400, so that brings the grand total to a whopping $800. For the people who already own a PS4, the $500 price point might be tempting, considering that the Oculus Rift starts at $600 and the HTC Vive starts at $800. Pre-orders for the PlayStation headset bundle start March 22nd. Over at Twitter, it looks like the company has finally done something right. Believe that. Twitter says that very few people have opted out of its new algorithmic timeline. Twitter announced last month that it would show recommended tweets at the top of people's feeds, based on activity like tweets you interact with, topics you like, and the behavior of Twitter users similar to you. Since launching recommended tweets, Twitter says it's seen increases in likes, retweets, replies, tweets, and daily usage across the board. Over the past few years, Twitter's user growth has plateaued at about 300 million users, so maybe Twitter's finally onto something? In related news, Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey put an end to speculation that the service is going to extend its 140-character limit. At one point, people were speculating that Twitter would increase the character limit to 10,000, which would have been absurd. In an interview with NBC this morning, Dorsey said, "It's staying, it's a good constraint for us, and it allows of the moment brevity." Meanwhile, in the enterprise world, TechCrunch's Ingrid London has confirmed that Evernote founding CTO Dave Engberg is leaving the company in May. News of his departure speaks to how the company continues to be in turmoil, but is also trying to rebuild itself. Here's a quick recap of the hires and departures at Evernote in the last year. In July, Evernote appointed its new CEO, Chris O'Neill, to take over Evernote founder Phil Libin's role. In November, Evernote's COO bounced after being in the role for just a few months. And then just yesterday, O'Neill announced several new executives to the team. Whew, there's a lot going on at Evernote, and I barely have the energy to keep up with all of the twists and turns. But here's a real twist for you. Sexism is still a thing at Microsoft. Microsoft's Xbox division hosted a game developers conference after party last night with a bunch of scantily clad women dancing around for the entertainment of attendees. Some men seem to be really into it. The women, on the other hand, not so much. Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, said the following in a statement to TechCrunch. At Xbox hosted events at GDC this past week, we represented Xbox and Microsoft in a way that was not consistent or aligned to our values. It was unequivocally wrong and will not be tolerated. I know we disappointed many people, and I'm personally committed to holding ourselves to higher standards. We must ensure that diversity and inclusion are central to our everyday business and core values. We will do better in the future. That's it for the report today. I'm Megan Rose Dickey. Crunch Report airs every weekday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on TechCrunch.com. You can also find us on iTunes and on YouTube. Deuces.